Hello and welcome Machinist Union members and our allies in the labor movement. This is your weekly 141 report, and I'm your host, Dave Lehive, a communications representative for District Lodge 141. Our conversation topic this week takes you, the viewer, to Charlotte, North Carolina, to Local Lodge 1725, as we talk to the very first female president, Helena Thornton. Join us as we discuss her rising through the ranks to head this important IAM local lodge. All of this and more as our 141 report starts now. Good afternoon, Sister Helena. Congratulations and welcome to the 141 report.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, it's really good to see. I am so excited to do this interview. I was so happy to hear what happened down in Charlotte, that you have moved up to the presidency. So, Sister, before we get started, I always like to ask my guests to give me a little background history on yourself. So please remind the viewers, because you've been on their show before talking about other issues, about your work history, where you got started in the airlines, and tell us about your history as an IAM member and the positions that you've held and now currently hold.
Okay. I began my career as airline in Charlotte, North Carolina. I began August 6th as a part-time agent, fleet service agent. I was awarded full-time in 2008. Also, while running, I was elected as a first-time shop steward just shortly after I became employed. 2010, I ran for conductor sentinel, the first executive board position, and I lost by 3 votes. It was a little heart-wrenching, but I didn't give up. I was still new. There was a lot I know I needed to learn. So I just went ahead with it and just kept striving. So I actually was elected to my first District 141 convention in 2010. Then we went through 2013.
Hey, Helena, what position did you hold at District Lodge 141?
Well, at that time, nothing. Currently, I am a 141 district auditor.
Oh, okay.
But yes.
I thought you might have been elected to something previously to that, which I didn't know about. So, okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Just a shop steward,
Okay.
newly elected shop steward. So from 2013 to 15, in the next term, I ran for conductor sentinel again. This time I did win.
Okay.
And during that term, I was elected to my first Grand Lodge convention in Toronto, along with the Transportation Conference that was in Las Vegas, and the Human Rights and Women's Conference in San Juan, Puerto Rico, all while revamping the Women's Committee here in Charlotte, along with Renee Miller, Lisa Leathers, and Maureen Kelly. We got together and we said, we're going to do this. So then the next term, 2016 through 18, at that time, I ran again, but I ran for the recording secretary, and I did win. At that time, I formed the community service committee. I was also a second round delegate again to the Grand Lodge Convention, which was in Chicago. And I was a 141 delegate, as well as the Transportation Conference also. Now we're at 2019 to 21. I ran for my second RS term, and gracefully I got it again. And I'm also now a third-time Grand Lodge delegate for the 2020-21 2022 convention in Las Vegas. Um,
That's confusing, I know.
Yeah, I know. Also, while attending the Women's Rising Conference in Las Vegas, I was one of the 3 honorary recipients for the Community Service Award. So that truly touched my heart.
I was there for
And
that. That was a great day.
yes, it was, I was just, words
Yeah.
can't express that feeling.
Yeah.
Also, during that term, our president of District 141, Mike Clem, did appoint me as an auditor for my district position. So now we are here at 2022 to 2025, where on tomorrow, January 13th, I will be sworn in as the first female president of this awesome local.
That is one big, history report on your career. You've done a fantastic job. The work that you've done has been just awe-inspiring, and really,
Thank you.
it's really an honor to sit down and talk with you today. So
Thank
I got to
you.
ask you, what inspired you to run for local lodge president?
Well, Dave, anybody that's had a conversation with me, including yourself and all the members all over the country, when this conversation came up, I would tell you, I will be the first to say that is a position I do not want. And I said that for a while, but I got to tell you, after being involved, after going to conferences and being trusted from my local to represent them at the Grand Lodge level, it really has you start to change your mind. I know we're in a predominantly male industry, but being a machinist is feel like it's in my blood now. Prior to working here at American, I never worked for a union. I came here as a single mom trying to take care of my kids. So it was more so of the job and wanting to take them to see places maybe I've never seen. But after working here and just seeing the work that the machinist does through guide dogs, through the training centers, my children now are part of the union. They come to community service events. They come to parades. Everything I talk now is union.
Yeah.
And it's because I feel like it's in my blood. I love to help people. I want to make sure that every working person, from my children down to my grandchildren, secure retirement, a pension. Everyone gets fair wages, and it doesn't matter if your color, your gender, your race, just that everybody works together. And the work that the machinist has done here in Charlotte, in Canada, and all over the country, it just speaks volumes of what more I can do in the community and for our local.
Wow. So you've had extensive training. I know that.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
What training have you gone through?
I've been through quite a bit. I've done all my leadership classes, leadership 1, 2, advanced leadership, trainer. I've done local lodge training. I've done RS and recording secretary and financial secretary training put on by District 141 and 142 combined. I've done community service programs, women programs. I've done some organizing programs as well at Whip and Singer. I've also done safety and health conferences and a joint air transportation safety conference also. So the crash training, I've done several different trainings from safety to local lodge, to community, to members, EAP. I've reached a lot of people that I didn't know I was reaching, and just for them to come and confide in me and just ask for my advice, it just inspired me more to say, the training that we're getting is phenomenal. I couldn't be more proud of the William Whippensinger Singer. I've never been anywhere that gives you the training. And the good thing about that is everybody wants to be there. It's not something that we're made to go to. The people that are there generally care. So
Right.
my training has been awesome.
It's what you did is you stepped forward. You said, I want to learn. I want to
I
I want to be
did.
educated. I want to be able to help my union. Right. And a lot of our
Yes.
members just sit back, and they let other people do it. They don't understand the dedication that members like yourself take in order to advance this union and make our union stronger. It's people getting involved, and you, sister, are involved. So really, really great. You mentioned community service. I know you've been involved in community service over the years. As the president now, will you see this as a big focus while you're in office?
Oh, definitely. A lot of where I am is through community service. We're the community, getting out, letting the community know who we are, what we do, the volunteering that we do in the community. It helps build relationships with local businesses, other voluntary organizations that lead to the involvement on a larger scale. For example, the Veterans Bridge Home, the All Veterans Parachute Group. We do a lot of fundraising with them where they come out to our golf tournaments and we go out to their events that they have. The Gold Star families, Carolina Panthers, Renaissance West STEAM Academy. We also deal with the Hope House, where a lot of people might not know, but Charlotte is one of the largest cities for human trafficking. So we work with those women in of course, confidence. We take them food, clothes, and we try to help them integrate back into society from the ordeals that they've been through. So volunteer is very important because that's our next generation, volunteering, talking to the children at the school or the young workers coming in.
Okay. So your local lodge is quite large for
Yes.
for unions in general in North Carolina. You have a massive local lodge. How many members are you representing in North Carolina? And I know it's not just Charlotte. You represent some members elsewhere. Yeah,
we do.
Tell me about the airlines and the workers the work groups that you're dealing with.
Okay. Well, currently we are a little over 3,500 active employees. We have a couple different work groups. We have your AA Fleet Service, your AA Mechanic and Related, your AA Maintenance Training Specialist, your AA AMT and Plant Maintenance, AA Stores MLS. We also handle PSA here in Charlotte. We also have members that are in Raleigh, Durham, Norfolk, Savannah, Pensacola, Greenville, Spartanburg.
Wow.
Southwest here in Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Greenville, Spartanburg, and Myrtle Beach. United Res here in Charlotte. United Counter in Raleigh, Durham. We also have Alaskan Airlines in Charleston and Raleigh, Durham. And newly added to Local Lodge 1725 is UEG, which is United Express Ground out of Asheville.
Wow, I didn't realize it was. I was thinking it was just like a couple in the state. I didn't realize you were all over.
No, yes,
that is massive.
Yeah,
That
it is
really massive. That is great. What a great local.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that keeps you guys really busy, I'm sure. So you have two districts operating out of your local.
Yes.
How have the officers been assisting you in the transition of your new office?
Well, it's kind of hard to say, only because I haven't quite transitioned to that office yet. But I can tell you this. I've dealt with both grievance offices committeemen, and they both sides have been phenomenal. They make sure that our stewards have all the pertinent information they need. They're teaching them gripes versus grievances. They're giving them the ability to be accessible to them for any questions. Being an RS for 7 years has given me the opportunity to work with both districts pretty much regularly, and it's been awesome. I've been able to call either district for membership list or for information about district officer elections, local lodge elections, and both have been awesome with just getting whatever information is needed to me, calling the presidents or emailing the presidents as well, and they all respond right away. So I don't see there being a big transition stage because they were already there helping me, and I'm sure that they'll be right there
They will be.
still assisting me in whatever
Yeah.
that's needed.
So I want to ask you, sister, who are the District 141 officers that you have worked with? I mean, being this is a 141 report, who are some of the officers you work with in Charlotte?
Mark Basket and Mike Fairbanks.
Okay.
And there's definitely something to be said about those guys. That was probably going to be in the latter part of my interview process here, but why you brought them up, these guys, they are who actually got me involved coming here in Charlotte. I didn't know anything about unions, never had a union job. I was my own business owner before I moved here. And those guys saw something in me that said, we need you. You are such a good-hearted person, and you are right for right and you're wrong for wrong. You fight hard for people you don't even know, because I didn't know anything about being a shop steward. And they kind of took me under their wing, and where I am today, I wholeheartedly owe those guys so much, because they put so much faith in me when I didn't know I had all of this of what it takes to now be a president of a lodge that never had a woman president.
Yeah. Wow. So let me ask you, Helena, how important is it that more sisters get involved at the local level around the country?
It's very important. After attending the women's program at William Whippensinger and the Women Rising Conference and the Young Workers Women's Conference in San Juan, being a male dominant job, it could happen that women feel they don't fit in. At one point I felt like, is this job really for me? But it could never be so wrong. This job is definitely for women. The reality is we play a big role in both the locals. We play a big role in the workplace and all around the country. With times changing, it's important for women to know that we actually have a seat at the table. And with hard work, dedication, drive, you can achieve whatever your heart desires. And sometimes it'll take you past what you even had dreams of doing. Because again, I didn't, this was not a dream I've had, but I'm just so overwhelmed and humble that my membership, elected me to do that, to make an historic moment and be the first woman president.
Yeah, that's great. So briefly, kind of give me some of your goals that you would like to achieve in your term in office.
First, unity. Unity would be first and foremost. I know we're an amalgamated local. We have 2 districts, but the way I look at this is one District 141 plus District 142 equals Victory Lodge 1725. So we are one. Transparency, the openness, the communication, accountability. Accountability is big. People need to be held accountable for decisions that they make. Communication, without communication, things fall through the crack. If you keep an open line of communication, people respect you. You respect them because you talk to each other. You know your feelings. Involvement, of course. I want to ensure that we stay involved in our AFL-CIOs, state councils, more business owners and leadership here in the community, and just more community involvement. Again, letting people know that we're here And closest to my heart would be continuous training at the local lodge level, because it starts here at the local lodge. It begins with our new hires out of training, our young workers, to let them know that it may not take 20 or 30 years. It definitely doesn't, because I'm only at 16 years. And I had a husband retire at 39 years. And I already, moved up just with hard work and dedication. So just to ensure that everyone stays trained and well versed as to what's going on.
Yeah. Well, sister, this has been very, very informative. But before I close, I always like to give my guests an opportunity to say anything or mention something that might be on their mind about the Machinists Union or people that they work with. Would you like to close out with a closing statement?
Yes, I would. I've already, Mark Basket and Mike Fairbanks was first on my list because of where I was. Next, I would like to take the time to thank our General Secretary Treasurer, Doris Cervantes. She came here to Charlotte back in 16 when we had our first, when we revamped our women's committee. We had our first Women's Week. We had a lot of activities that week, and she took the time to come out and just show us her support. I would like to thank Mike Clem, District Lodge President, for giving me the opportunity to sit on the executive board level at the district as being an auditor. Excuse me, the 142 AGCs or general chairs as well. Bill Wise, Ken Coley, those guys have been awesome. They've been able to assist me in 142 issues that I wouldn't know because I'm a 141 delegate or member. So they've been very open. Also, all the grievance committee guys from both districts have been here, my current executive board, and also to my new executive board coming in effective tomorrow. Of course, to my family, my mom, my dad, and brothers and brothers and children and grandchildren, and my husband. He's been my rock, who I've met along my union journey in 2010 at my first district conference. And to one sister, may she rest in peace, Sister Maria Santiago Lillis, who attended my women's classes. She called me from Hawaii during our conference in Las Vegas. She always gave me those pep talks and sent her donations for the school every year. My sisters here at the local, Renee, Lisa, Maureen, they've been my rock. They've been my, you got this, and always kept my drive and motivation there.
Great.
Most of all, to the membership. Thank you guys for entrusting in me to this honor. I will give all 100% plus, and I won't let you guys down. Again, thank you, Dave, for this interview. I'm so excited, a little nervous about tomorrow, but I think it's nervousness of good, because I know we will make this local better than what we are.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you interviewing me.
I'm so
but
honored. No, you've done a fantastic job on this interview.
Thank you.
I want to thank you, sister, for your in-depth report. It's astounding how much work you've actually done on the Machinist Union. It really blows my mind. Thank you for everything that you do. And I know that the Victory Lodge will be in very, very good hands under your leadership. So thanks for coming on. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
See you soon.
Okay. Well, this wraps up the 141 report. We'll see you all next week. Bye for now.